Hello everyone, I'm Shahzeeb Sheikh and this is week 2 of our object-oriented programming project. So as you guys already know, we are making a game based on Daredevil. So this week was mostly what I did this week was that I created sprites of all the characters, the enemies, the player itself, and the design of the level as well. I also created buttons, font sprites, and implemented them in SGL. So I'll be showing you how I created sprites. So the problem was that we were unable to find good sprites for our model. So I used my 3D Studio Max skill and downloaded a model. I rigged it, animated it, and then what I did was that I went into the side viewport, and as you guys can see, this is already animated. It's a running animation of our boss enemy. I took multiple renders of this pose on each frame. Then I went to Photoshop and I combined all of them to create something like this. Okay, sorry about the inconvenience. Yeah, as you guys can see, 3D Studio Max, it's it's a power intensive software. So yeah, okay, you know what, you guys can already see what I'm trying to explain here. So these are the sprites of our boss enemy. In the same way, I created sprites of multiple characters. These are sprites of our main character, which is Daredevil. This is another sprite sheet of our enemy. This is another enemy, and this is also our enemy. So you guys can already guess that our game will be pretty graphic intensive. Okay, so now I will show you the design of our level. So you can see it's quite detailed. It's a pre-designed level, and our game is based on a single level. As you guys can see, as I move forward, the theme gets darker and paler, and the lights are now on. You can see the street lights. So yeah, this is how we are trying to keep the player interested in our game. So other than this, this was all our designs, and all the graphical part of our game is now completed. Now towards programming, what I did was I created uh, all these header files and all these CPP files, and I implemented characters, word, and button classes to create a simple menu. It's not yet working, but it looks something like this. Now my next job will be to create all the screens, including the splash screen, the game over screen, the actual working menu screen, and make them all work together. So this is all for this week. I'll see you guys next week. Also, uh, my group member Faizan was unable to to record his video this week because of his personal reasons. So he'll be recording and explaining his reasons in the next week's video. Thank you.
So recently I've been working on moving the screen when the player reaches a certain point at the screen, which was at least a prototype, because there was some anomaly with which the screen was not moving with the velocity of the player or some sort. So this task was achieved by my group partner very well. So instead of that, I've been working on the objects to create. So uh, object is the L texture here. So this is this is the width, their height, and this is the x coordinate where it will be produced. It's actually running the game. We recently thought of this box as a container of some weapon or power up of some sort. So when a player punches or lands a kick on it, it will pop up and pop up and produce some weapon of some sort, which the player could then pick up and use it. Hmm. There would be some other objects, some cars or some other boxes such as utility boxes, which would contain some other objects. So is it for today. Thank you so much for watching.
Hello, my name is Yusuf Moizeli. So I have been working on the player class of our game. I have made the player class, game object class, which is an abstract class, and there is the character class, which is also an abstract class. Player is inheriting from character. Character is inheriting from game object. There is also main game class. This is a singleton class. The player class is also a singleton class. So this week I have been working on the animations of our player. So let's run the code and see. So this is the background of our game. It's a scrollable background. This is the health bar of the player. There will also be a health bar of the enemy. This is the main player. So this is the moving animation of the player. You can see that the background is also scrolling. You can change the direction of the player using arrow keys. This is the punching animation. It's not very smooth at the moment. This is the kicking animation. This is the jump. There is also a falling down animation that arises when the player's health equals to 0. So these are all the animations of the player.